So yeah, WWDC is normally about software. You get updates related to watchOS, iOS, macOS, visionOS, pretty much all the operating systems that Apple offers with its hardware. But WWDC is normally not about hardware. You normally don't see a lot of hardware announced at WWDC, or it's just non-existent. But this year, I do think there is a few products that Apple really needs to talk about. Yeah, so first up is going to be the HomePod. And it's not because, we need another speaker. There's so many smart speakers on the market. But I do feel like for Apple, the HomePod has been stuck in neutral for such a long time. Yeah, and I think Apple they've been kind of lukewarm when it relates to the smart home. But I think if, Apple really wants to get serious with the smart home, they need to update their HomePod as well as their HomePod Mini with better chips that's going to be able to handle Apple Intelligence. And you know what? Here's my wish list. I'm going to just get that out the way. Let's be able to connect more than two HomePods to an Apple TV. Yeah, so imagine having four HomePods in one room to really, experience that immersive audio experience. Or you could even have two of the bigger HomePods up front and then have the HomePod minis in the rear. I think you'll get that extra bass in the front. But both, I think if you had even four HomePod minis, it would definitely create a super immersive experience as opposed to just having two HomePods. Yeah, so Apple, they already have the ecosystem. Why not let us, build a real home theater system in our homes without having to deal with, additional receivers and wires all over the place in our homes. And you know what? Speaking of, smart homes, I'm still kind of curious, where is the HomePod with a display? I feel like we've been hearing about these rumors forever. At this point, I don't really care what, Apple calls it. They can call it a home pad. They can call it a home hub. They can call it even a HomePod display. I don't really care what they actually call it. I just want a central HomeKit device that will allow me to, see my calendar, allow me to see all my cameras, video feed, and also be able to, if I really want, just make a quick FaceTime call. And honestly, you know what? If Apple does announce this on Monday, which is a big if, I think I'll be more excited about a HomePod with a display than even everything associated with iOS. And you know what? Then there is the Apple TV. I would say I think Apple TV it's already pretty good, but I do feel like if Apple wants to push, FaceTime and the smart home agenda a lot further, why not add a camera to the Apple TV? You can use that camera to take FaceTime calls, and you can also even maybe use it as a security camera, so it can definitely pull double duties. Yeah, so no more balancing your iPhone on top of your TV, trying to use FaceTime with Apple TV. No more, trying to figure out where to put your phone. Can I, lean it on this or lean it on a vase or whatever? You just kind of walk into a room. You can, maybe grab your Apple TV remote and then just start a quick FaceTime call. Keep it, plain and simple. Now let's talk about the one thing that I am super, super duper frustrated about, and that is, CarPlay Ultra. I think I'm super frustrated about it because it's actually already here. And to be quite honest, most of us are not, driving around in the Aston Martin. I feel like I just need Apple to tell us when they're going to launch with one of their partners a car that most normal people can actually afford. Yeah, and I think we have heard rumors, some pretty strong rumors from Hyundai and Kia, which are pretty much the same. We've also heard rumors from other manufacturers. But yeah, you know what? I just want dates. I want real dates. I don't want coming soon. I don't want, maybe future support. I'm looking for when I can actually walk into a car dealership and purchase a vehicle uh, that's affordable. Now, I know cars are not super affordable right now, but some that are somewhat affordable when I can walk into a dealership and buy a vehicle that has CarPlay Ultra built in. Because I will say I do feel like CarPlay Ultra right now. and I know it's available, but I kind of feel like it's not real. Yeah, I feel like, when they show it on, stage, it's more like a technology demo as opposed to a real product that normal people can use. And finally, there's rumors about Apple building smart home accessories. I think there's rumors about a smart doorbell and security cameras. Smart home accessories that can compete with a Ring and Nest. Now, I will say I don't really know if any of these items will be announced on Monday for WWDC 2026. But you know what? I will say if Apple is really serious about taking that smart home tech to the next level, I think they're going to have to go further than speakers and a set-top smart TV box. Now, I will say my biggest question, or I guess my biggest thought is all these products, they depend on one thing, and that's Apple Intelligence and an improved Siri. Because, at the end of the day, hardware is only as good as its software. And I would say if Apple is going to give us Siri and Apple Intelligence in terms of what they've been promising for years, then suddenly the Apple TV, the HomePod with a display, security cameras, all this stuff becomes more interesting overnight. So I know everyone's going to be somewhat excited about iOS 27. You should be. I don't think it's going to be anything cosmetic that's going to be a huge change. But I will say I'm going to be more excited about the potential of hardware that's going to be announced at WWDC 2026. So what hardware are you hoping for at WWDC? I would say don't say iPhone, don't say Macs, don't say Apple Watches. All that's probably going to happen in September. But if there's anything that you're hoping to hear from Apple in terms of hardware, let me know in the comment sections below, and I will talk with you guys later. Um, Maybe I'll do a video on Monday, give you guys my reaction to the event. Talk to you later. Don't forget to subscribe if you like the video and you want to see more from QC Dads. Talk to you later. Bye bye.